Hi, my name is Magnus, and today I would like to talk about body positivism as a trans person. First of all, what is body positivism or body positivity? I have found many definitions and some comment on the social movements, but one way or another, they all refer to an innate right to feel good with your own body, regardless of what society thinks. In other words, it's feeling good with how your body looks, ignoring or not taking in consideration what society or what your surrounded culture or group thinks is beautiful or handsome or correct. But how can you feel good with your own body if you're having dysphoria? That's quite a little bit tricky. Medical transition can help greatly, but A, is not accessible to everyone, B, it can be quite expensive, and C, it doesn't fix every little problem that you might find. There is this fear, though not so prevalent and definitely not common to happen, of getting addicted to surgery. Let's say, for example, that you want top surgery, then you get top surgery, then you want bottom surgery, you get bottom surgery, but then you start also changing your hair, your face, your cheeks, your mouth. Everything accumulates. Again, that's not common, but I can understand why you might wonder about it. After all, body positivity comes from people feeling pressure to change themselves over and over and over again to fit society's criteria of what's manly or what's feminine or correct. We as trans people understand this more than anyone. We have a word for that. It's passing. Passing is like a stamp of approval that says that we look male or we look female or we look non-binary, because society even has the rules for non-binary people. And unfortunately, our very own safety can sometimes depend on whether we pass or not, whether we are stalked, attacked, allowed into bathrooms, harassed, especially for trans women who are not only affected by transphobia but also misogyny. So I believe body positivity or body positivism for us is to reclaim what being male and what being female or human means to us. So, how can you do it? Well, technically, it's simple. Practically, it takes more than just saying I love my body. The following are gonna be some tips and recommendations on what you can follow. But remember that there is no correct way or right way to feel happy with your own body. You do you. Whatever is good for you. Okay, so first, make a list of all the body parts you like. The actual things that you feel good about. For me, for example, is my hair, my eyes, my calves, and my voice. Kinda, a little bit. Then you make a list of the body parts that you're neutral about. For example, for me, it's my ears, my feet, my neck, and actually a lot more body parts. Finally, you make a list of all the body parts that you dislike/hate. For me, for example, are my hips, my waist, my cheeks, my thighs. The second part is that you celebrate all the parts that you like. You try to highlight them. For example, I love to style my hair as much as I can. I play with it, I cut it, I dye it, I do a lot of things. I also use shorts that show my hairy calves that I feel very manly and happy with them. I also use a lot of earrings. I don't have any right now, but have a lot of earrings that help me feel really happy with how I look and how I feel. When you're dressing up, the idea is to try and focus the most dramatic thing onto what you like. like using caps specifically that match your hairstyle or eyeliner, things that highlight that body part again. Third step is to boost up the neutral list, so they become a sort of support system behind your pretty much like body parts. Like I said, I use earrings because I don't really mind my ears at all. I just, again, neutral. I use the earrings, so suddenly they become a very good asset. It looks cool. I like getting piercings on my ears and things like that. I also use boots. A lot of boots and sneakers and other shoes that I like. Now, the fourth part is to understand why the areas you don't like are on that list. Now, the process to understand what those body parts mean to you and how society has shaped that meaning, it's a very long and problematic process. Disclaimer, it's not gonna take 5 minutes. Let's say, for example, I don't like my feet, but that's because of germs, and I think only of germs when I see them. So it's not really connected to society. It's just because I sweat as a human, and I like to walk without any socks or shoes. So they end up getting dirty, and I don't like that. So, My hands, on the other hand, excuse the pun, they are very small by female standards. By male standards, they are tiny. So when I try to find rings, only the child-sized ones tend to fit. And I actually love the bulky rings that cover your whole finger, and I cannot find any with my size because of how small they are. And to me, that makes them look not masculine at all. And no matter how much I try to mentalize myself that other cisgender guys have small hands, I still don't feel manly enough. I still don't feel like comfortable with my hands. I think in a way my thoughts on them goes beyond what society says it's manly. It's more like a practical situation of what I want, I cannot have. So what I'm doing at the moment with my hands is trying to enjoy other things that I can do with them. Like, for example, painting my nails. I have found that color on my hands doesn't take away how I feel as a man, and I enjoy taking care of them, making them go longer, the sound they make. I focus on that side of it, and I try to mentalize myself on how much I enjoy it, even though I don't feel so comfortable with them. My hips are also a huge problem. And I have come to realize that I actually love guys with good hips. My ex-boyfriend is actually one of them. I still don't see the wide hips on my self-image because it doesn't allow me to pass inside society. But what can I do beyond grinding my bones? It's not like changing your chest size. Now, my chest or moves are on my dislike list, but what I'm gonna do about them has changed every year because of why I understand as manly. I think the chest area is one of the most stressing body parts for trans males and trans females. Most trans people I have met either want top surgery or have had top surgery. And I do believe that a great deal of that is because society has an image of a guy with not much of a chest, and females with a very prominent chest. At least in the case of females, it's more like specific standards of beauty. With non-binary people, it's a little bit different since they are always searching for the androgynous idea. Society is weird, especially because society is basically people that are transphobic. All the ideas are based in misogyny and transphobia and etc., etc., etc. But let's not go down that hole. So for me, it has been trying a kind of a battle or journey to discover where that the dysphoria comes from. Is it coming from us, from me, or from them? As I had been able to go to the gym or to follow cis guys on other social media platforms, I have I have I have had a little bit of a pause there because I do feel attracted to people with a prominent chest area on cisgender guys. So I don't dislike that in a guy. Society can go die on a cliff, but what about on me? In the end, I still don't feel comfortable with my chest, with my self-image, but I am willing to experiment, like gain some muscle, do some shaping there with exercises. Maybe afterwards I am gonna feel manly. I don't know. I am willing to experiment. Just the way with my hair. At the beginning, I thought I had to have it like very short. Even here, I had it like at what point I had it like very, very short. But then I realized that that is not manly for me. I actually felt the manliest, let's say, when I had my hair the longest, with my curls and waves. So the more you experiment with those areas that you don't really like, or the areas that are neutral to you, the more you're gonna find out what exactly is that you feel about those body parts and what can you do about them as well. It does take a long time. I have been in transition for like more than 7 years now, and I'm still discovering a lot of things about my body and myself, but I do believe it's worthy. Because it's worth it, because it's an amazing feeling to be able to love yourself as yourself and to have that body positivity. And with that, there's the fifth step, that is to learn to live with it. Not everything in your list is gonna make you feel happy. Not everything can be bust or changed. Going back to the grinding my hip bones, there is a limit to what I can do about my body. What I can do and what I want to do. There's limits of what I want to go. I don't really like going under knives. There's people that don't mind it. I certainly do. And I have to work around myself in many ways. Like wearing jeans that don't like contour that much, wearing certain kind of t-shirts and shirts, and taking my time on accepting when I'm just not able to buy something or wear something. Allowing myself to mourn the ideas or desires that I have that I won't be able to do because of how I feel with my hips or with my hands or whatever. Being positive means understanding that you can't be positive every time, every day, every hour. You're going to feel down, and it's okay. It's fine to feel pain or doubt or fear. You can cry a little if you need to as well. So that afterwards you can see yourself and focus on what makes you happy and what makes you feel yourself the most. Body positivism doesn't mean not changing your body. You can do it as much as you like. Transitioning, becoming yourself as a trans person, is change from the very moment you decide to be yourself. It doesn't really matter what it means to you. You can change your name, or you can just leave it like that. You can go for medical transition, or you can leave it like that. You can do a lot of things that are changing you from a core from the inside. And that is what's going to make you the happiest. If you want to change your hair, do it. If you want to have some surgery, do it. The point is so that any changes that you make are decided by you and for you, not for whatever society decides it's correct. It's what makes you happy. It has to be what makes you happy, because you're the one that is gonna be living in that body. And that is all for the video. I think I was chattier than usual and talking about my own experiences, but I think body positivism is something that cannot be like lined up so much. It's more of an experience that only you can tell about yourself. So it's good to hear others' perspectives and transitions and their journey, but you also have to see it on your own way, in your own life and with your own eyes, because again, you're the one that's gonna be in that body, inside that body, and you have to decide for yourself what's good for you, what feels right for you, and whatever again makes you happy. I think I have repeated a lot in this video, but I hope either way the video was of any help to you, or for anyone that hears this information. I guess kind of weird. Thank you very much for watching the video. Comment if you like, if you have any kind of recommendations for experimenting or for feeling positive. There's a lot you can do to see about your body, like journaling or recordings as well. But this is what I want to talk about. So either way, thank you very much, and I'll see you around. Bye.